What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and based on the title and thumbnail of this video, you guys know that this video is going to be painting Little Red part 2. Last video you guys saw, that was part 1, and I painted the door jambs. They came out really good, and then we assembled the doors onto the car. So now in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be masking off the interior of the car again, and then we'll be bringing in the roof and the back bumper of the car. Setting them up on little stands over there, like we did with the doors in the previous video. We'll finish up any little bit of sanding that needs done, and then we will be spraying primer, painting, and then spraying the clear coat. So if you guys haven't seen the previous video, please be sure to go check that out first, so that you guys don't miss out on any steps that I've been taking on this car. And I cannot wait for how this car is going to come out, because as you guys saw with the door jambs, the red with the metal flake looks absolutely amazing, and this car is just going to pop once we get the red sprayed onto the car. So first up, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around and make sure that all the sanding is complete on the car. Like pretty much all the body panels are sanded. There are just a few little spots that need touched up, like up here. This still needs sanded so that we don't get any peeling. And then I'll probably go over this panel here just to make sure that no peeling happens. The hood is pretty much completely sanded, so that shouldn't be an issue. All we got to do is spray the primer over that. The hood is already sanded and primed, but we'll spray an extra bit of primer over just to get an even coat. So after we finish up with any little bit of sanding that still needs done, we'll go ahead and back Little Red out of the garage. We'll sweep up the garage real quick to make sure that the floor is as clean as it possibly can be. So that we don't get any particles coming up once we are spraying our paint and primer. After that, we'll give Little Red one more little wash just to make sure that no dust is on the car, everything's off of it, and the paint won't have any issues sticking. So after that's done, we'll pull Little Red back in, put her up on jack stands, and we'll take off all the tires just to make sure that we don't get any overspray on the rims. So from there, guys, we should be pretty good to go ahead and start priming.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me. I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rise just like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooter's gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.
Alright guys, so it is getting pretty late for me, and I've been grinding on this car for a bit. We did move that jack stand, so now when you lean on the car, it's not going anywhere, it's not wobbling like it was in the time lapse. So it was kind of good that I got to watch that and actually notice it wobble. So it looks like right now we're pretty much at a stopping point. We have all the sanding done, everything's washed up. Very next on the list is we got to let everything dry, so I'll probably pick that up tomorrow. We'll let everything dry, then we'll go ahead and mask off the interior, mask off the rotors and calipers so that we don't get any overspray on those. So we'll pick this up once everything dries, and we'll start masking off to spray the primer. Alright guys, so it's the very next day, and as you guys can probably tell, we're all well rested and the car is dried off now. So very next on the list, we're going to pull out the masking tape and the plastic sheeting that you guys saw that I used in the previous video. And what we're going to do is we'll tape up the windshield, the back window, also on the inside. So we'll do the top and back side because we're going to leave it up while we spray the primer, just to make sure that we do get our paint all the way down into here into all the cracks. So we'll mask off the interior here with the plastic sheet. Then we'll mask off the interior here also with a plastic sheet. And then as you can see on the C4 body style, all the way around, there's this little rubber, I guess you want to say like just accent piece to the car. It goes all the way around. It wraps down along the door. As you guys can see over here, it is also on the back bumper and comes over to both quarter panels also, where it says tune port injection right there, which this is actually one of the very first years that the Corvette switched from the carburetor over to the fuel injected motor. And this is the L98 motor also in this Corvette, and honestly we have had no mechanical issues. We'll knock on wood just to make sure, but no mechanical issues whatsoever. This car has been running amazing. It does have a new transmission in it, and obviously as you guys can see, it is and automatic, which, yeah, guys, it does suck, but in the future, I do plan on swapping that out and manual swapping this car with a 6-speed from like probably a 90s body style car, the 90s C4, because those ones came with the 6 speeds. And if you guys don't know about these 1985 Corvettes, the manuals in these were like real weird. I think they were like a 4-speed with a button for overdrive on it, and it was real clunky and just never really worked the way that they wanted it to, and it just terrible. This car is way better to have with an automatic transmission from the C4. But if we were to manual swap that, I'm going to be looking into a like 90s body style C4 to get that 6-speed manual swapped into Little Red here. So, because we're all about save the manuals movement, guys. All about save the manuals. Rexy's a manual, the Mustang's a manual, the Eclipse is a manual, and Little Red here is going to be a manual because save the manuals, right? So yeah, guys, enough talking about Little Red here. I do have the tires off. We'll go ahead and mask that off too, like I mentioned last night. After we mask off everything so that no overspray gets on our important parts, we should be good to go ahead and spray the primer.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost.
Alright guys, so here's another little update. We have Little Red completely masked off, as you can see. Everything came out really good with that. Over here we do have our tables set up with our roof panel, quarter panels, rear wing, and both headlights, I guess casings if you want to call it. We had to take those off because these headlights do flip up, and these will be visible when we flip up the headlights. So had to remove those, got those off, sanded down. This is the rear gas cap lid, I guess if you want to call it that. So that's set up. Over here, as you can see, we stuffed some plastic bags down in here just to make sure this is where the gas cap is to fill up the fuel tank. So plastic bags in there so that we don't get a lot of overspray. It's not going to hurt if we do, but just to keep it as neat as we can, have that done. Also have this here masked off. Rear trunk completely masked off. This back latch was a pain in the ass, and it didn't really, you know, it took me some time to really kind of rig this up, if you want to call it, but everything is covered and masked off on that, so shouldn't see any overspray on the back window. Interior masked off, windshield masked off, and also engine bay with all the wheel wells masked off. So now this did take a little bit more time because after taking a bit of a closer look, we needed to do a little bit more body work to this back bumper. When I first sanded this, which was a couple years ago before I really got into the cars and all that, I just grinded the absolute shit out of this, and we definitely had to throw some Bondo on there to smooth all this stuff out, but now it's ready to prime. And we'll shout out my grandpa for some help on that, because I haven't had too much experience with Bondo and mixing it with a hardener. And I was trying to, and it was also like 95 degrees, super humid over the last week. So, you know, basically by the time I mix up the Bondo with the hard, it would already be crusting up on me. So that was a little bit of a delay, and that's kind of why this took a little bit longer. But as you can see, finally got it right. Finally got it done here. Weather's a lot better, so should be good to spray. All this body work's done here, so this is all smoothed out, as well as up here. No issues there. My grandpa also smoothed out this hood here, where there was a little bit of damage. So that's smooth, ready to be primed over. And once we prime over everything, I'm gonna try to do, we'll say 4-5 layers of primer, to be honest. Get a really thick coat of primer on there, so that when we wet sand, we do have some room to shave off, just to ensure that everything is going to be as smooth as it possibly can be. That should leave for a great finish once the paint job's done. So right over here, I have the wax and grease remover. We're going to go ahead, wax and grease remove every single panel that we're going to be painting here. And right here we have our primer with our reducer and our spray gun. Let's get to priming Little Red, guys. All right, so as you guys saw in the previous clip, we did have to fill in with some spot putty, a few little spots just to make sure that some of the real deep cracks were filled in, like here was one. So my grandpa helped me out with doing some of the body work there, slapped some spot putty on it. This here, slapped spot putty on it and then sanded it out so that everything's filled in here. So what we're gonna do, we'll go ahead and mix up some more primer and probably spray a good 2 to 3 more layers on top of everything. All right, guys, so as you can see, Little Red is now completely primed. We did slap some spot putty on those real deep indents, also on the front bumper, so that's really smoothed out, as well as along the side here. That's pretty much all I'm gonna be putting in this video, guys. We did get a lot done. We got Little Red in here, and this is the first time I've seen this Corvette all one color, really, since I've known this car. It's been you know, a different color hood. It was wrecked on the front quarter panel, and that stuff's all straightened out. As you can see right here, all the body panels are looking really good, so no issues there. We do have about 4 layers of primer on the car right now, and in the spots where we did have to fill in with spot putty, I put about 6 layers, so any little extra bit of primer that I had in the spray gun, I went ahead and sprayed onto those spots so that there's a real thick coat of primer on that. So when we get to wet sanding, which will be in the next video, we'll be able to wet sand, have Little Red completely smoothed out. And next video, guys, I know that I said it'd be in this video, but some things came up. So yeah, next we're going to have to mask off the car again, because when you do spray the primer, this masking tape does tend to crust up and stuff as the primer hardens and starts to peel a little bit. So, you know, your masking isn't going to be completely perfect. And we're going for a complete perfect paint job on this car, or at least as perfect as a non-professional like me can get this car looking. So, do have really expensive paint too, so we don't want to go ahead and just do a crappy job on this and just, you know, throw it on there. So definitely prep work is a big thing when painting cars like this, and I've been coming to learn that since I've been getting into this stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to leave a like on this video if you did, and subscribe to the channel so that you can follow along on my Little Red Corvette here. That will soon enough be red, guys. Very next video, Little Red is going to be red, as well as we'll look out the garage window here. All the other projects that we have, you know, going on this channel. A lot more to come, guys. Trust me, it's gonna be so much fun. I am also cutting this video a little bit short to get you guys the content, because with something coming up here, it's, you know, taking me a little bit to you know, get my hands working on this car, and we do have to clean up some garage space here, so we're gonna have to slap the tires back on, move the car, and pull in a different vehicle. This is a pretty good stopping point, and that is why we're cutting the video early here. Here she is, guys, all one color, as you can see. Got the Eclipse right behind her, we got Rexy, and we got Ticket the Mustang over there. And this car is gonna come together amazing and look even better than how the Eclipse turned out, which the Eclipse turned out really good for my first paint job ever. And this car, so excited for it. So leave a like, guys, subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching, I'll see you guys in the very next video of rebuilding Little Red.